In this episode of Slickworks, I'm going to be showing you guys how to repaint your calipers the proper way on this here Mustang. This is a Vase 3 Roush Mustang with 675 horsepower. And it is one bad machine, I'll tell you what. So we're going to go ahead, get the car up in the air, pull these wheels off, and see what we're working with here. So say you're doing this at home, if you want to do it the proper way, back to stock, what you're going to want to do, pull the calipers off the car, undo everything, take all the rubbers out of them, fully disassemble them, sandblast them, sand them down, etch prime, sand it down, paint. Are we going to be doing that? No. This car is not going under a full restoration. The owner is on a budget. He's actually going to be selling this car soon. So they look pretty bad. We're just going to freshen them up and make them look nicer. Having not pulling them off the car, we won't have to bleed the brakes or get into anything crazy like that. Hours add up, right? So this is going to be, I'm just going to show you guys how you can do it at home in your driveway with basic hand tools. So with this, I'm going to be using my 3-inch roloc disc on it and my air tool. I have an angle grinder. I'm going to be using it. If you don't have air, I feel kind of bad for you. It's going to be tricky, but you'll have to do a whole lot of hand sanding. But before any sanding, we're going to clean the heck out of this. We're going to hose it down, wax and grease remover, brake cleaner, blow it off, brake cleaner, blow it off. Make sure it's nice and clean and tidy so that we have no oil or grease or anything in here, as well as no brake dust, because tape will not stick to brake dust. Okay, so we got this Mustang up in the air now. We're just pulling apart getting the rear calipers off. I blew off all the loose flaky paint off it last night, but these are going to be an absolute nightmare. Tried to figure out if there is a way that we can mask it off on the car, but there's really just too much going on here. The fronts, on the other hand, these are pretty basic. There's not much to them except this section here, which comes out. So we'll pull that section out, mask off what we can, give it a quick scuff, good clean, and these will be in a fresh coat of paint very soon. Okay, the caliper is all sanded off and clean, just finished in 320 grit here. So we're going straight to caliper paint, no etch prime on these. I was curious about it and I looked it up because I have such a hard time not putting etch primer on raw steel. But etch prime is not formulated for high heat and brake calipers get real hot. So this is all masked up, ready to shoot. I'm gonna hold it in my hand and basically shoot it like this and then just let it hang for tonight. I got some mechanic wire in there. And then tomorrow, once the paint's cured up, we're gonna set it right there as you'll see it, and then give it a good coat. I trust you. All right.
I'm gonna let my heart slow down a little bit.
Yep. So the inside of the caliper is now painted. So are we ready to paint the outside? Not quite yet, because we got all this overspray that is super shiny, as you can see. So I'm going to take my red Scotch-Brite and just dull up all the edges and then give it a good clean. Now we know that there has not been any other oils or anything introduced to this area since we painted the other side. So wax and grease remover, not necessary. I don't want to gum up any of the old edges of the old paint too, because it's kind of a weird paint on it. So I'm going to blow it off really well, wipe it down with a tack rag, and then go ahead and start shooting my coats. How I'm doing this is 2 very light coats, misted on, 10, 12, 15 minutes between coats. Shop's really warm right now, so probably 12 minutes between coats, and then 2 full wet coats. And here it is, done. I gotta say, definitely some of my finer rattle can work. And the rears in its last full heavy wet coat, looking very glossy. Well, the caliper is all finished and assembled now, and when I took it off, I noticed that the torque specs were about a medium grunt, so you want to get the same torque specs when you're reinstalling. So about that. That ought to do it. Well, I would call that a great success and another happy customer. And as always, if you found any value in this episode at all, hit that subscribe button, the like button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss another episode. Things are going good here. We are moving up. Thanks for watching. Bye.